Imagine waking up one morning, checking your phone, and seeing a single number quietly telling you what kind of life you're allowed to have. Not how hard you work, not how honest you are. Just a number. A number you didn't choose. A number you can't see being calculated. A number decided by machines you've never met, trained on data you'll never touch. And that number decides whether you get a mortgage, a car, a job, or even trust. This isn't the future. This is happening right now. And by the end of this video, you might realize your financial fate has already been partially decided without you ever being asked. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah did everything right. Paid her bills on time, never missed rent. Worked 2 jobs after uni, no wild spending, no crypto gambling, no luxury lifestyle. She finally applied for a mortgage. Excited, hopeful, nervous in a good way. Then the rejection came. No explanation. Just, your credit profile doesn't meet our criteria. She called the bank. The human on the phone didn't even know why. They just read what the system told them. The system said no. End of conversation. Sarah wasn't rejected by a person. She was rejected by an algorithm trained on people who didn't look like her, live like her, or struggle like her. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your credit score is no longer just about what you did. It's about what people like you did. People who share your postcode, your age, your spending patterns, your education level. Sometimes even your phone type, your browsing behavior, or how often you change addresses. You didn't miss a payment, but someone statistically similar to you did. And now you're paying the price. Most people think credit scores are neutral, just maths, just numbers. But AI doesn't understand fairness. It understands patterns. And patterns reflect society's biases, inequalities, and past discrimination. When you train AI on biased data, you don't remove bias, you automate it, you scale it. You make it quieter and harder to fight. Let's talk about James. James grew up in a low-income area, not because his parents were irresponsible, but because rent was cheaper there. That postcode alone flagged him as higher risk. Same income as someone living 5 miles away in a better area. Same job, same debt. But the algorithm didn't see James. It saw a cluster of historical defaults in that area, people who lost jobs during recessions, people hit hardest by rising energy prices, people who were already vulnerable. And now James carries that invisible penalty everywhere he goes. This is what no one tells you. Credit scoring AI doesn't just judge you. It predicts your future behavior based on other people's past mistakes. You are being prejudged, pre-denied, pre-labeled. And you never get to see the evidence against you. Here's a truth bomb. You can be financially responsible and still be algorithmically punished. You can do everything right and still lose, because the system isn't designed to be fair. It's designed to reduce risk and maximize profit. Banks will tell you, AI helps remove human bias. That sounds nice. Comforting, almost ethical. But let's be real, AI didn't remove bias. It hid it behind code. Humans used to discriminate openly. Now machines do it silently. And when you challenge the decision, there's no one to argue with. Just the model. Let me tell you about Aisha. Aisha emigrated legally, built a life from scratch, paid cash for everything because she didn't trust debt. Sounds responsible, right? Wrong, according to the algorithm. No credit history meant unknown risk. Unknown risk meant denial. So she was punished not for being reckless, but for being cautious. The system didn't understand her story. It didn't care. It just saw missing data and filled the gaps with suspicion. This is one of the biggest lies about AI-driven credit scoring. It claims to be objective, but it hates context. It hates nuance. It hates human stories. And life is nothing but context. Here's another uncomfortable fact. Some AI credit systems analyze behavior that has nothing to do with your ability to repay. How often you apply for jobs, how quickly you respond to emails, whether you shop online late at night, even how stable your social network appears. None of these things mean you're irresponsible, but they get turned into signals. Signals become scores. Scores become doors that either open or slam shut. And the worst part? You don't even know it's happening. Think about that for a second. Imagine being judged in court, but but you're not allowed to see the evidence. You can't question the witness. You can't appeal properly. That's how AI credit scoring works for millions of people. Now let's talk about generational impact. Your parents might have built credit in a simpler time. Fewer data points, more human discretion. You're being evaluated by thousands of variables in real time. One late payment during a cost of living crisis, one overdraft during an emergency, one unstable year, and the algorithm remembers longer than any human would. This hits hardest during crises. Pandemic, inflation, job losses. Humans understand hardship. Algorithms don't feel empathy. They see increased risk. And once your risk profile changes, climbing back up isn't just hard. It's algorithmically uphill. Here's a story that should scare you. A man applied for a loan, rejected. His twin brother applied, approved. Same DNA, same upbringing, different digital footprints. One used buy now, pay later more often. One didn't. One clicked on discount emails, one didn't. And suddenly, two identical humans had very different financial futures, not because of character, because of data trails. This is what people mean when they say AI is shaping society quietly. It's not loud, it's not dramatic. It's silent decisions stacking up over years. And here's where it gets darker. Some companies can't even explain why their AI made a decision. Not because they don't want to, because they can't. The model is too complex. A black box. So when you ask, why was I denied? The honest answer is, we don't fully know. Think about how dangerous that is. A system with real power over your life and no real accountability. Now, let's destroy another myth. Just improve your credit score. That advice is outdated, because today you're not just fixing a score. You're fighting a prediction engine trained on millions of lives that aren't yours. You're trying to outrun a statistical shadow. Yes, paying on time still matters, but so does where you live. How stable your job appears to the system. Whether your income is predictable. Freelancers, gig workers, creatives, immigrants, young people, people who took career breaks. All systematically flagged as riskier. Not because they are irresponsible, but because they don't fit the old data mold. This is how inequality becomes self-reinforcing. If you're denied credit, you can't build credit. If you can't build credit, you're denied better rates. Higher interest makes life more expensive. That increases stress, that increases risk. And the algorithm says, see, we were right. Here's the part that should make you angry. This system isn't neutral, it's profitable. Risk models protect lenders, not people. And when AI gets it wrong, there's no compensation for the years you lost paying higher interest or being locked out of opportunities. Some people find out too late. They apply for a mortgage after years of renting and discover the door was quietly closing the whole time. Others realize when a job offer is withdrawn because a background check includes credit data. Yes, that happens, your financial score bleeding into your professional life. This is why you need to watch till the end, because understanding this system is the first step to protecting yourself from it. Let's be clear, AI in finance isn't evil. But unregulated, untransparent AI is dangerous, especially when it decides who gets access to stability and who stays stuck. There are people fighting this, researchers exposing bias, regulators slowly waking up, laws demanding explainability. But progress is slow, and technology moves fast. So what can you do right now? First, stop thinking of your credit score as just a number. It's a story being told about you by machines, and you need to know who's writing it. Check your reports, question errors. Reduce unnecessary data trails. Be intentional about financial products that quietly track behavior. Second, talk about this. Silence benefits the system. Awareness scares it. The more people understand how AI quietly shapes financial futures, the harder it becomes to hide behind the model. Third, demand transparency. From banks, from fintech apps, from policymakers. If an algorithm decides your fate, you deserve to know how. Because here's the final truth bomb. The most dangerous decisions aren't the loud ones. They're the quiet ones you never knew were happening. Right now, somewhere, an AI system is updating a score about you, adjusting your risk, predicting your future. And it doesn't know your struggles. It doesn't know your effort. It doesn't know your character. It only knows patterns. And if we don't challenge that, we're heading toward a world where opportunity isn't earned. It's predicted. If this made you uncomfortable, good. It should. Share this. Talk about it. And stay with this channel because the next video dives into how these systems are spreading beyond credit into jobs, housing, and healthcare. This isn't just about money. It's about who gets a chance. And that decision is already being made.